What a moment. What a moment in history. What a moment. Hi, it's me, Katie, spiritual healer and stand-up comedian. Recently, I changed my little signature thing on my emails to say healer, humorist, human. Because that feels most accurate and correct today. I'm not committed because tomorrow it may change. That being said, I just wanted to say a couple things today. Yesterday I went through what a lot of white folks are going through, which was, I've been through like 17 layers of going through things since this whole thing has hit, as I'm sure almost anyone listening to this has. One of the layers being so much grief and guilt and shame at not having known what I didn't know and not having been educated on certain pieces of information about the subtleties of white supremacy. And I'm not talking about people burning crosses in the street wearing hoods. I'm talking about just like the supremacy of whiteness in our world. I got deep into the book White Fragility. I'm almost done with it now. I can't recommend it highly enough. If you're looking to get educated as a white person about the specifics of how race plays out and works in our culture, I can't recommend White Fragility enough. Point being, I got to that place where I was like, well, I just can't do anything. I can't say anything because I'm not a person of color, so I don't get to talk. And nobody needs to hear my sad white lady feelings. People are being quite clear they don't fucking need to hear it. And then I started talking to my white friends and they all said like, yeah, but I also like need a place to go. Where do we put our feelings? And I was like, okay, well, and I sat with that and I kind of had a meltdown around it. And I realized it's fucked that it's taken us this long to give as much of a shit as we need to be giving all the time about race. It's fucked that it's taken what it's taken, fires in the streets, looting, men being killed over and over. How many George Floyds have we had? A lot. It's very fucked that it's taken all of that. It's taken an insane person leading the country, a maniac, narcissist, megalomaniacal sociopath, running our country, the greatest country, the strongest country in the country that's supposed to, okay? It's taken all of that together for white people to go, maybe I'll read White Fragility. Now, not all white people. Some of you out there are like, yeah, bitch, I read that 10 years ago. Where you been? And I'm going, I've been busy doing other shit, some of which I needed to do for my own sanity, and some of which was bullshit. And an avoidance tactic based in my training as a young person. I was trained in my culture, the culture we all live in, that the way to not be racist was to just not deal with it. Just don't bring it up. Just don't say anything about it. The way to be an ally is to be like, oh, I just act like we're all good and then we're all good. I just be a nice person and that's enough. What I understand now is that that's not enough. That's far from enough. So I'm trying to get to the point that like, it hit me so deeply how not enough it is that I haven't known what the fuck to do. I've been like, okay, do I go march on the streets of San Francisco? And I've been looking at do I donate to every cause? Do I give up my career and like let only other people talk and I never say anything anymore? Do I cancel my stand-up comedy show on June 13th? It's not a time for comedy. It's not a time for a white lady to talk. So I sat with that and I took that into my spiritual practice and I asked that question of myself deeply and I got educated. I'm not done getting educated. I got more educated than I've been before about race in this country. And I realized the following thing. I have a healing class that starts this Sunday, June 7th. Yes, I am marketing that healing class to you. I have 2 more slots for it. I want to fill them. So this is a marketing video on that level. But also, I'm an energy healer bringing peace, love, and light through divine channels. How is it bad and wrong to keep doing that. It's not. Because this is the way I can contribute to my community, to help my community understand the ways that race has been implicitly buried as a topic for white people to have to deal with. Now, the class is not on the subject of race. It's on the subject of it's called finding/cementing your spiritual alignment. But what I realized is that when our spiritual alignment, why do I do spiritual practice every day? Every fucking day, you guys. A lot of it. I do it now at this point, not because I'm actually like healing as much stuff as I used to be healing. I had a lot of fucking shit to heal. 25 years of just constant healing. Constant. There's my cat. I'm doing spiritual practice these days to stay, cat, in alignment, to stay connected to source, to stay connected to wisdom, to stay connected to peace, to keep my heart soft and open, to stay connected to my purpose and my dharma, the work I'm here to do. I do it because naturally, human life pulls those of us who are sensitive off alignment all day, every day. That's what human life does. You go to the grocery store, you see a fucking protest in the street, you have huge feelings, you don't know what to do, you lose your center, you don't know how to contribute. And then what you have is a bunch of like pent up feelings or a bunch of feelings coming out like this. My job and my role as a healer, as one of them, as I see it, is to help people have their feelings. There's no healing without having feelings. You can't. The idea that white people have been saying to black people, like, stop being so mad, is so ignorant. It hurts my heart. Similarly, white people have to have their feelings of confusion and anger and resistance and rage, and then they have to come through that to the other side, to awareness. Any feeling, emotion that we take to the divine light, to the portal of love that is called the spiritual heart center in the human mammal, any feeling, it automatically, because the spirit gives a shit about love. Spirit is unity, oneness, and love. That's spirit's thing. So when you take your feelings, whatever they are, through the portal of your spiritual heart, through your alignment, your feelings get transmuted by that light into exactly what they need to be for you to be maximally useful in the world. So, as a white lady trying to figure out, how can I contribute? The one thing I know to be clear and true is it has to come through my spiritual heart. Otherwise, it's inappropriate. It's not my place. It's coming from reactivity. It's from my ego. It's from fear. It can be from any number of places, and it can feel very righteous, the action I think I'm taking. My personal experience is that it's not righteous unless it's aligned. And how do I know if it's aligned? I got to do a lot of work to get my alignment clean. That's why I got to clarity about, I got to keep doing the work I do. I got to keep being a peacemaker, a unifier of hearts, an expander of hearts, a healer, an energy worker, because now more than ever, we all need it. We all need it. I'm not going to tell people of color what they fucking need. Not. I am going to say to white people, though, you might need some spiritual alignment so you can help yourself figure out what is yours to do. For example, what I know mine is to do right now is I have 4 more books to get through. I'm almost done with White Fragility. I got 4 on my list after that. I'm following Rachel Cargle. I'm uplifting black businesses online. I'm shutting up in certain conversations and letting other people lead them. I'm having uncomfortable race conversations. God forbid they be uncomfortable, but I'm fucking having them with the people I need to have them with so I can understand, so I can know my place. I'm taking a lot of action. Notice I didn't say I'm out protesting in the street. For me, protesting in the street, it's not aligned. I can't. That doesn't work for me. It doesn't resonate. I'm donating. I'm teaching. I'm working as a healer. I'm doing a lot. So my hope is you'll be kind to yourself. about what you can't do because for you it's too difficult. It's not your place. It's inappropriate. It's too exhausting. It pulls you so far out of alignment that you can't hear your spiritual truth. It pulls you so far out of alignment that you can't take centered, spiritually aligned action towards the justice that needs to be acted upon right now by white people for people of color. So my point is, if you know what those things are that you just can't do because you can't do them, that's fine. But please do other things. Get educated, heal yourself, maybe come take spirituality healing class with me. We start on Sunday. We go for 8 weeks. It's a game changer. There's details about what the class is associated with this video. You can read about it. Join a group, a support group where you can learn about the subtleties of the endemic nature of racism in our country and white supremacy. There's a lot you can do that isn't protesting in the street. And I'm not saying don't protest in the street. If you're someone who's like, I'm fucking protesting because it's time to fucking protest, then I'm like, you better fucking protest. Get out there and fucking, somebody needs to be protesting. The good news for me is somebody is protesting. Now, I got work to do. I got other work to do, so I'm off doing it. So it's a long-winded way of saying, please don't beat yourself up for doing what you can do and not doing what you can't do. And simultaneously, please do just a little more than you think you can. Because at least just a little more than you think you can. You can do just that much more today. You can give $10 extra or $400 extra or $1,000 extra if you've, depending on your means level. You can educate your family members. You can read a book. You can join a group to have conversations to gain greater understanding. You have the capacity for that. You can lead a system. You can lead a healing circle. You could take a training on how to do peacemaking in the world. You can take a training on race. These are things you can do. All right, included with this video, somewhere attached to it, depending on where the hell we post it, I'm going to include some resources for white people for what you can do to contribute in different ways, because we all contribute differently, and that has to be okay. And we have to contribute. It's both. We have to take action. We have to. We have to. There's no choice anymore. There's no like, the spiritual answer is I sit here and I get aligned and I meditate and that's all. Because now I'm at peace and then the peace ripples out. It does ripple out. And your peace matters. But what about being a peacemaking energy field that walks out into other places and talks to people, or that donates money, or that joins a group? You can do more than just sit and meditate, spiritual people. You can. I don't know what it is, dog, but maybe it's just this much more. All I'm asking is just this much more. Okay, right, so I need to market things. Also, come to healing class. We start on Sunday. It goes for 8 weeks. June 7th, 1 to 3 p.m., California time, $5.95 for 8 weeks of healing work. It's called Finding, Cementing Your Spiritual Alignment. You're going to learn about your Enneagram number, your human design chart and system, and how that relates to your decision making, how to make more true choices for yourself. Nonviolent communication skills, we're going to review them and teach them for people who don't know them. And we're going to do energy healing work each week to create and cement your energetic alignment to your spiritual center. Because yours is different from mine, which is different from this dog's, which is different from my neighbor's. Everybody's got their own spiritual alignment. I'm here to facilitate through divine connection through the Akashic Records, which you can Google, what are the Akashic Records if you're confused, or go to my website, katierubin.com, to learn more. Through the Akashic Records, my job is to help your spiritual heart grow and become more open and sensitive so you have an easier time tapping into your spiritual center so you can get the guidance you need and the healing you need. Not the healing I think you need, the healing you know you need. And then on June 13th, God help me, I'm doing an hour of stand-up comedy online. I think you should come to the stand-up comedy show just to be like, what's this bitch gonna do? How's she gonna fucking survive this shit? Good luck, white lady, funny person. Good luck. What the fuck am I gonna say in a stand-up comedy show? Well, you're gonna find out. June 13th at 7 o'clock online. There'll be a link somewhere here associated with this video to get tickets. basically you can go to rushtix.com and look for What the Hell is Happening, which is the name of my stand-up comedy show. rushtix.com, What the Hell is Happening, June 13th, 7 p.m. These are the ways I can contribute. I can help raise consciousness about the failings of my own community through comedy and healing work, because that's what I do. That's how I can contribute and stay centered and contribute in a way that is measured, but animated, alive, committed, but not giving myself away so deeply that I'm exhausted and drained and then burn out and can't help anybody. Because how does that help anybody? It doesn't. If I'm burned out and asleep on my couch, I'm not contributing at all. So I need to stay in alignment and do the things that my nervous system is capable of doing. What's your alignment? What is your nervous system capable of doing? How can you contribute just a little more today to the consciousness and the up-leveling of the frequency of the planet? I love you. I'll see you June 7th in healing class, June 13th at stand-up comedy show. Cat.